Hello everyone, I've got a vintage Airfix 1/72nd scale Bristol Beaufighter. Let's take a look. I just want to point out that I see this $8.99 here, which I believe is probably the original price. Now this kit is very old, and so that might have been the original price in maybe the 70s. The other funny thing is that right here, there's a 45-cent marker, which looks like someone tried to take off. So I'm pretty sure that this was probably a garage sale find, and someone paid 45 cents for it and then listed it on eBay, where I paid, I want to say $12. Still a good deal to me. It's the cheapest Bristol Beaufighter that you can find, and I'm just after the model itself. But I think someone made some bank on this thing here, and this is beautiful. This thing is so old. I'm gonna look for a date here, but look at this paper. It's like yellowing. It's so old. It's kind of cool. I mean, part of me like really hates to even build this kit. I mean, I probably should keep this thing as is for vintage value and just get a new kit, but I'm not going to. Let's see here if we can find anything. Yeah, got some info. Michigan. I don't see any date, but I would guess it's pretty old. Let's take a look at the parts here. The parts look brand new. In fact, those look old. A little surprised that these parts are in this shape, but I guess that they've been in a box all this time. I'm not really worried about a ton of detail here. I'm gonna not do it poorly, but oh, that's nice pedestal. My goal here is to just slap this thing together and get it on the table. So I'm gonna try to see if I can knock that out. 6 pieces and dry fit them, and man, that thing looks cool. I think, I don't know, I did the B-17 and it was a level 5. Maybe that was my issue, was I started out with something that was way too complex. But my goal here is not really aero modeling. I'm not trying to win any competitions. I just want planes that don't look terrible, that are on my bolt action table. That is my goal here, so let's get started. Alright, I've got the wings together and they're going on the fuselage. One thing that I want to point out, you can see my super glue here. It's Bali brand. Have you ever heard of it? No, you haven't? That's because it's the cheapest super glue you can buy on the internet. I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of these? No, I didn't just buy 10 of these. I bought, I think 100. I think I got 10 packs of 10 for $4.99. Is it good super glue? Well, nothing's fallen apart so far. I've done everything. Everything I've done with that super glue. It's super cheap. People talk about all these fancy glues, but I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. Just buy the cheap stuff. If it breaks, you glue it back together. 100 tubes for $4.99. Alright, the Bristol Beaufighter is coming along nicely. I really like this kit. It is such high quality and so easy to put together. And it looks good to me. Man, I can't wait to get some paint on this thing. Alright, so I've run into my first little challenge here. There's a torpedo, and these are rockets. Apparently, I don't know much about the Beaufighter, but it could be a torpedo bomber, or it could have rockets. I'm assuming it didn't have both. Maybe it had both. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at some photos, but I definitely want the rockets for sure. And the torpedo, I don't know if I'm gonna mount that. I'll probably mount that just because it's pretty cool. So these rockets here, they are challenging. I got the rocket rails on there and then the rockets glue on top. I got them on pretty straight. It looks like a couple fins in back are touching. In the big picture, is that going to matter if they're perfect? No, it's not. I still got the other side to do. But that is kind of a little bit of a pain putting those rockets on there. And they don't have any tabs or anything, they just kind of glue on, so, you know, hopefully they don't fall off, but we'll see what happens. I'll probably reinforce them. It's all under the wings, so it's not like anybody's really going to ever see them anyway. Alright, I have completed the build on my 1/72nd scale Bristol Beaufighter. I am really pleased with how it turned out. Now she needs some paint, and then she'll be ready to fly over the battlefield. It's such a badass looking plane. I mean, basically this was the A-10 of World War II. This is the guy that was high speed, high maneuvering, full of armament that you didn't want to mess with. I absolutely love this plane. I may have to make more. They're so freaking cool. Love this model. Alright, stand by for paint. First round of painting is done. I stuck a little bit with the paint job, kind of the brown on green. I did not do the cream colored belly. I don't think I'm going to do that because you're mostly going to see it from the top, so that's what I got. Props, all that. Now I'm about to throw some shade over the top of it and see how that looks. Relatively new to bolt action, but in the couple weeks that I've been into it, I've created a board, some crop fields, some troops, 3D printed Tillies, some tanks, armored vehicles, picked up some dice, worked on a little bit of detail on my miniatures, and presenting my Bristol Beaufighter, the newest addition to my bolt action collection.